Okay. 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 Yes. So we are starting from the beginning. Okay. From the basic to advanced level. Okay. Now, so in cybersecurity, we'll learn about the all-over pen testing, which is, as you can know, as a penetration testing. In this course, we are learning about ethical hacking, system pen testing, then web application pen testing, mobile app pen testing, and with the system pen testing we are covered our network pen test part also, and on the web application pen testing we will cover the server pen test part also. Okay, now this course is a massive course for all of you, because you can see, if you can surf the online. Okay, everyone are teaching the ethical hacking as a 599 rupees and 699 rupees, and if you can search more about the Udemy, the web application pen testing is only for the 699 rupees. But what are the dark side behind that? Okay, so the dark side is the content. Okay, basically it's all matter about the content, what exactly you are learning. Okay, cost is also matter, but the more matter is the practical session. Okay, and the real life scenarios. Okay, it means whenever you are working in any organization, so you have to know what we are working on, that what exactly we are doing, how we can test the system, how we can test the network, how we are testing the web application, how we making a report writing, the mitigations, each and everything. Okay, so content is everything. Okay, it is not about only the cost and contents. Okay, so let's start from the ethical hacking course. Okay, so first of all, what is ethical hacking? Okay, so basically ethical hacking, it means the hacker hack the system. Okay, if ethical hacker, or you can say as a hacker, if they wants to hack any type of IT environment. Okay, now it is not only about the system network, it's only about the IT environment, your mobile application, web application, APIs, clouds, each and everything. Okay, so what hacker can do? Hacker can find a weakness or a loophole, okay, to hack that system. Okay, it's not like that. If you are hacking any mobile phone, if you are hacking any type of a Facebook account or a WhatsApp account, it's not a hacking. Okay, it's a bullshit. Okay, the reality of hacking is what the publicly available IT environment. So for example, if attacker, they have PC1 which lives in India, and the victim which PC2 which lives in Dubai. If attacker are thinking about to hack that PC which lives in Dubai, so what they are doing a little bit of social engineering. Okay, they have to send a payload to the PC2. They have to use the little bit social engineering to compromise that victim to install that application or install that payload in that system. Then they have a session and hack the system. So it will be a very large procedure. They cannot connect publicly to this PC. Okay, they cannot connect using the IP address this PC. Okay, because the IP address is private IP address. Now they're having some public environment, public IT environment, which is very important. Okay, why very important? Because the many organization are using a website, mobile app, API, cloud, So whenever you are working in any organization, they are not asking you to hack any PCs or hack any Facebook accounts or any WhatsApp accounts. Okay, they just want to secure our website, mobile application, API and cloud. So these are a public. Okay, because everyone are surf website, everyone can download the mobile application, everyone can use the API, everyone can use a cloud. Okay, so all of this thing. Okay, so basically hacking, it means hacker can find a weakness in any computer system or any IT environment. If they find a weakness, then they exploit that weakness to gain the access. For example, the website are having a web server. Okay, and in the web server there was running a operating system. Okay, let's say Linux or Windows or Mac. Okay, the server should be in Windows, the server should be in Linux, or it should be Mac. So mainly the web servers are based on Windows and Linux. Okay, not exactly the Mac. Now for example, if hacker find a weakness in a website, okay, they are scan the network. If they find a sensitive port such as SSH, FTP, then you can say SMB, MySQL, NFS. Okay, there are many types of ports was available in networking. Okay, now if you can see here, the SSH is a secure shell and the FTP is file transfer protocol. For both of this, you need a username and password. User and password to access the system. Okay, user and password, access file system. Now in the secure shell, you directly access the system. It means you have your own shell. Okay, it means, see here, this is my terminal of my Linux operating system and I have a shell. Okay, this is my terminal, and in this terminal I will do whatever I want. Okay, I will delete the files, I will install any payloads, I will change the permission, each and everything, because I have my shell. But in the file transfer protocol, you only edit, delete and update the files. Okay, that's a big there are difference between SSH and FTP. So attacker can do the brute forcing or a password cracking mechanism to hack your username and password. Okay, to crack SSH and FTP. Now here is attacker use the password cracking algorithm for the SSH and FTP. But okay, and MySQL also. Okay, the MySQL is for database access. Okay, same, you need a user and password to access a DB. But if there any SQL injection are vulnerable, okay, if any SQL injection are vulnerable, so you don't need a username and password. Okay, without any username and password you can access the DB. Okay, we'll discuss all this thing in our practical session. Okay, this is only for the example, just for know you how attacker can find a weakness and loopholes and how they gain the access. In the SMB, which is, you can say, as a Samba, server message block. Okay, if they found any lower version and the lower version is vulnerable, so they exploit and gain the access. Okay, they don't need a username and password, as same as NFS also. Okay, now there is a various way to do attack. It's not all about access the system. Okay, why they are having some myths, the attacker can only access the system? It's not like that. Okay, they are having some varieties of attacks. Okay, for example, the another example I will show you, a e-commerce site, e-commerce website. Okay, if any item is rupees 200, Okay, and if there was a vulnerability which called a parameter tempering attack. Okay, now what attacker can do? Attacker manipulate this and change the value to 1 rupees, and if they able to successfully change the value and place the order, so it means the website is a vulnerable. Now here I am not gaining the access of the website, but they are having a vulnerability which is parameter tempering and the business loss. Okay, so e-commerce will be a loss of lots of rupees and all, and they will successfully place order with deduct it means they reduce the price and easily place the bets. Okay, so that's the things the attacker can do. So all these things we are doing in practical way in our sessions. Okay, now here is your plus benefit, which is bug bounty. Okay, so what is bug bounty? Bug bounty was same. Okay, you are finding a bug in any responsible disclosure website. Okay, not any website. Okay, the responsible disclosure website. Okay, if you can find any bug, so they will pay you in dollars. Okay, it's around, you can say, to $200 to up to $5,000. It will depending upon your severity. Okay, how you find the bugs, it will low, medium or critical. Okay, so responsible disclosure website, you can just find the bug. Okay, you will also get a hall of fame, okay, which makes your portfolio better. You will get a freelance experience in as a bug hunter. You can also add in your resume. Okay, now if you're talking about the bug bounty and pen testing, so I was saying both was similar but not exactly similar. Okay, both was similar. Okay, if you are doing a website pen testing, if you are doing the website bug bounty, so both are similar but not exactly similar, because in the bug bounty you are just doing a work from home. As a work from home, you are just finding the bugs and making a short the description and report writing and tell them this was a bugs. But if you are working in an organization, you have to test that website professionally, not as a bug bounty hunter. Okay, it means whenever you are testing a website, okay, you need to know how to mitigate and how to solve that bug. Okay, now in this thing, you are not responsible to solve that bug. Okay, the server person and a developer can fix that bugs, but you have to know how to mitigate it, because you have to explain the developer. Okay, so as per my experience, I'm working as a gaming company. So whenever I find the bug, so developer cannot know about that this is the bug and how they want to fix that, because if they don't know about the mechanism, how we find the bugs and how we attack that things. Okay, so we have to explain the bug and the attack, how we done this attack and what was the mitigation to fix that. Okay, and the server in our server pen testing, there was a server person who fixed that bugs. So all of this thing, and the main thing is that is practice is very important, right? It's not like that you are taking this course and just taking the recorded session, and you can say okay, I will understand all the things, but you have to do the practice. At least you have to do a 500 plus report on bug bounty. Okay, for the practice all these things. Okay, you do this, and also you have to do the CTFs, okay, which is machine hacking. Okay, which is very important to know about the many hacking techniques and all. Okay, so it is very important to do a practicing. So all this scenario will cover in our all our pen testing courses. Okay, in a practical way I will also show you the things how you can work as organization and all these things. Okay, so let me talk about the types of hacker. Okay, now you know about the ethical hacking. What was the hacking? Hacker is find a weakness in a IT environment such as systems, applications and all. When they found any type of weakness, then they finally exploit it and gain the access. Okay, if we talking about types of hackers, so there was a mainly three types of hackers. Okay, the common hackers, which is three types: white hat, black hat and gray hat. Okay, now white hat hacker is known as an ethical hacker who find a weakness in IT environment and take a permission of organization. Okay, the organization manager, organization like CEO and all. Okay, so they're taking a permission to test that environment, and finally when they got a weakness or any loophole, they will create a report writing and send them to the IT manager or your senior department. Okay, it will be depending upon the company when you where you want to send a report writing. So white hat hacker is a ethical hacker. They are doing a good works. Okay, they are not doing any type of illegal activity. They just find the weakness and take a permission to the organization and make a report writing to fix all the vulnerabilities. Okay, now black hat hacker. Black hat hacker you can call as a crackers. Okay, why? Because they cannot take any type of permission. Okay, cannot take any type of permission. They just hack the IT environment for their personal gain. Okay, because they want to steal money, they want to do the money laundering. Okay, they want to harm the organization. They will do the DOS attack to shut down the machine. Okay, so black hat hacker are a crackers which is cannot take any type of permission of the organization person, and they hack it IT environment for a personal gain. Now the gray hat hacker. Gray hat hacker is between white hat and black hat. Okay, because it's sometimes good or bad. Okay, now the gray hat hacker sometimes doing the good things and sometimes doing the bad things. Okay, it's known as a gray hat hackers. Now what about the skills? Okay, if I'm talking about the skills for the white hat, black hat, gray hat, which is same. Okay, it's not like that. There were some students who are asking me, I want to learn a black hat hacking, I want to learn of a gray hat hacking. So it's not type of any course and what and there is not type any different techniques. The techniques is same. Okay, so the skills have white hat hacker, black hat hacker, gray hat hacker, all are same, but it is depending upon your intention. Okay, what types of hacker you want to become? You want to become a white hat hacker, you want to become a black hat hacker, if you want to become a gray hat hacker, it will only depending upon your intentions. Okay, now in our cyber security or any IT field, okay, in cyber security or any IT field, the main thing is networking. Okay, so networking is very important, because see, whenever you doing the testing on the any network or any system, any website, any mobile application, so networking is important. You have to know about the network, how the protocols are work, how you can do the scanning, and what was the public IP address, what was the SSL, and what was the vulnerability in SSL certifications. Okay, so all these things we have to know in networking. Okay, now the main question having when we start the practical sessions. Okay, so we start the practical session after the networking. Okay, because the networking having some theoretical parts. Okay, they must take a 2 to 3 days maximum. They will take a 2 days. Okay, but if they extend it, so it will take a 3 days of theoretical part in our networking. Okay, because network is very important. Each and everything are connected with the network. Okay, as per I told you, if attacker wants to attack any website, so they have to look about their networks. Okay, how many ports was there, how many subdomain was there, and if there any vulnerability in the ports. Okay, then how we communicate with the website which having public IP address on a private IP address. There was any private IP leakage or not, because many website leak their private IP address. Okay, so all these things we have to know about networks. Okay, now. Okay, now, so we already done types of hacking. Okay, so you already know about the cyber crimes. Okay, they are having several cyber crimes such as privacy violation. Okay, exposing personal information such your email addresses, phone number, account details. Okay, so the privacy violation you will see in our footprinting. Okay, there was another part of our ethical hacking, which is the footprinting. You will see all this thing, any private information leak or not. Okay, private information leak or not. So all this thing you will see in our footprinting part. And the next, which is the identity theft, stealing personal information from somebody and impersonating that person. For example, here, hacker. Okay, now hacker hiding their identity. Okay, they are hiding their own identity. The hacker name is Rahul. Okay, the real name is Rahul, and they hide their identity to do a illegal activity. So what attacker can do, attacker gather the information about the another person. For example, Shubham. Okay, Shubham is another person, so they will gather all the informations about the Shubham, like their Aadhaar card, their mobile number, their address, all these things. So what attacker can do, attacker can use a Shubham identity and do the illegal activities. So the all the illegal activities fast goes to credit Shubham, not a attacker, because attacker are using the another person identity doing the illegal activity, and attacker are fully anonymous to hide their identity. Okay, then there was a sharing copyright file and information. Okay, copyright, it means for example, my organization is Cyberbugs. Okay, if someone are using the same name without my permission. Okay, without my permission someone are using the same name in the education sector. By education sector, if you can search on the Cyberbugs, so there was a video games also. Cyberbugs having their own video games company, and as per my Cyberbugs organization, I will provide the education, so I have the copyright to provide the education sector in the Cyberbugs. If someone are using the Cyberbugs and teaching the students using my Cyberbugs names and the certifications, so it was totally illegal, because it will copyright by myself and with my name. Okay, then electronic fund transfer, which in a unauthorized way, and electronic money laundering. There was a ATM fraud also. ATM fraud was very common, because someone can call you, your bank account was locked. So if you want to relock your account, if you want to enable your account, so please give me the ATM card detail and the PIN number. Then they will told you to please provide the OTP, and your money will be vanished from your account. Okay, so ATM fraud was very common right now. Then denial of service attack. This is the very dangerous attack in the IT sector. Okay, so we will see this in our practical session, how we can do the denial of service attack. So basically what attacker can do in a denial of service attack. Okay, there was an attacker, and here is a web server, you can say Facebook. Okay, so what attacker can do? Attacker try to shut down that server or slow that server to sending a botnet. For example, Facebook server having 500 user capacity, and attacker was sending 5000 user traffic. So the Facebook server cannot handle more than 500 user, and the server will be shut down. Okay, basically Facebook are secure. Okay, so it is only for the example how attacker can do the DOS attack and sending the lots of traffic. For example, if you can see, there was a HSC or SSC examination. When the result will come, so all the students was surfing the same website at the same time, so the traffic was very large and website is very slow to watch your HSC or SSC result. Okay, so as same as this scenario, the Facebook server having a 500 user capacity, but if attacker sending the 5000 user capacity, so the server will be shut down and they will be slowing down. Okay, and company will be lost in a billions of dollars. Then the spam, which is sending unauthorized email. These emails are usually contain the advertisement, for example, 70% off in the laptop, and if you are winning the prize the mobile phone, and if you can click this link you will get the 5000 rupees. So all this spams advertisement was there. When you click on that link, and there will be a phishing page and gather your details. Okay, they will also gather a login, username and password. They will install any malicious things in your mobile phone, in your laptops. Okay, so there was a spams was also having, which is sending the unauthorized email to you. Okay, now the networking part. Okay, as per I said, networking is important. So let's check about the networking. Networking is also known as a computer network. It is the practicing of transporting and exchanging data between nodes. And PC1, PC2. Okay, if PC1 sending a data to the PC2, it means they will be sent and exchange the data to each other. Okay, PC1 are sending the data to PC2, and PC2 also send the data to PC1 easily. Now the network, it means more than one devices in your endpoints. It means only PC1. If you have only the PC1, so it is not a network. You have to connect with any other device with that particular device. So PC1 is connected with the PC2, so it is a network, and PC1 can send the data to the PC2. Okay, it is a simple example of the networking. Now let's see about the terminologies. First, which is bandwidth. Okay, now what is bandwidth? Bandwidth is the maximum rate of data transfer. PC1 are sending a data to PC2. So when they send the data, the speed, okay, what was the speed? The speed is 50 Mbps. So the speed is also known as a bandwidth. PC1 are sending the data to PC2 and the speed is 50 Mbps. So it is a bandwidth. Okay. URL is just stand for a uniform resource locator. It's nothing more than a address of a given unique source on a web, and the URL contain HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, now what was the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? HTTP is not secure and HTTPS is secure. Now the myth is that it's not like that, you cannot hack the HTTPS. Yes, you will hack the HTTPS. So why the people saying HTTP is not secure and why HTTPS is secure? Because of communication. Okay, because of communication, client to server communication. If there was a HTTP, so what attacker can do? Attacker can do the MITM attack. Okay, they will do the MITM attack and steal your username and password between the network. Why between the network? For example, you are sitting on a cafe, okay, and PC1 PC2 is connected, okay, and there was another PCs was connected. If PC1 is attacker connected with the same network, PC1 is attacker connected with the same network. If PC2 are serving a HTTP website, you can say any bank website. If PC1 are doing a MITM attack, or you can say as a sniffing attack to steal the bank credential as ATM credentials. So because of HTTP communication, your client and server communication is not secure. Attacker can steal your credentials easily. But if your website having the HTTPS, S is denoted to the SSL TLS certificate. Now this certificate provides you the secure communication. And SSL certificate are contain a highly encryption mechanism. Okay, because if attacker trying to sniff your network, so your data are fully encrypted, they cannot easily watch your username and password. So that's why we are using the SSL and TLS certification. It's not like that HTTP and HTTP S was secured and not secure. If HTTP S was secure because only for the communication. Yes, hello. Okay, if you can say the SSL version was currently using, which is the 3.0 SSL and TLS version. Okay, 3.0 is the latest version, okay, and the lowest version 1.0. No, TLS is also I think 3.0. Let me check that once. Yes, 2.0. Okay, wait. Yes, okay, yes, 1.0, correct. Okay, so 3.0 is for the SSL and the 1.2 is for the TLS, you can see. Okay, now you can see this versions is just like your you can say if you are using your operating system. Okay, operating system latest the latest operating system is Windows 11. Okay, now why we are using the Windows 11? Because of our security patches and fixing the securities vulnerabilities in our latest operating system, as same as Android. If you can say the older Android, which is 4.2.9, okay, the attacker will easily upload a payload and hack the Android mobile. But for now, 10, 11, 12, okay, which is fully secured now, the payload was not working in our the Android system as well as a Windows 11. So as same as the SSL and TLS version, if you are using the 3.0 of SSL and TLS 1.2, it means your system was secured and the security patches was fixed. Okay, now it sometimes SSL 2.0 was also secured nowadays, but it should be a vulnerability through the sniffing attack. Okay, there was a sniffing attack and 0-day attack was also there. Okay, so it's not like that. If the any software, any firmware, any operating system have the updated version, it's only about they are increasing our security, they are increasing our as you can say software as a service. Okay, they're increasing their services, their personalizations, all the things. So as a cybersecurity term, you have to update your each and every version. When we do the CTF, so you will know what was the advantages of the secured version and unsecured version. Okay, so you will know about how the attacker are hack the system using the older version and why the latest version was secured. Okay, if you want to scan the SSL in any website, if you want to scan the SSL in any website, I will repeat this in my further lecture, but I'll show you as an example. There was a tool which is SSL scan. Okay, and here let me check my website what I am using. Okay, if you can see here, SSL version 3 is disabled and the TLS version 1.2 and 1.3 is enabled. Okay, now sometimes the website was enable SSL version 3 also, okay, and TLS version 1.3, but in my case I disabled my SSL version 3 and I have to update this. Okay, because if the SSL version 3 was disabled, okay, so it makes take a secure communication and it will be the effect in my websites. It's the communication, the server communication. Okay, now there was a no issues if SSL version 3 is disabled because I enabled my SSL version TLS version 1.3. okay, if you can check this tool was give you the vulnerability of your SSL or TLS certificate. Okay, so here my TLS version 1.3 and 1.2 is not vulnerable, and what was the encryption they are using? Okay, RSA DES, which is about the 112 bits, and here is my signature algorithm of my SSH, and here is the subject and issuer name and what was the validation of my SSL certifications. Okay, so this is the tool. You just know about the SSL and TLS certificate. Okay, and you can just know about I want to update my SSL or TLS or not. Okay, now have any doubt? Hello. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. So next, which is the domain. A domain is your website name. Okay, which you can say as a DNS, which is the domain name server. Domain name server. Now domain contain the IP address, which you can call IP2 domain. Okay, IP2 domain, it means hello. Yes. Your voice was breaking. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello. Okay. What is a vulnerability and what is a payload? Okay. I'll clear. Okay, I'll clear. Okay. Payload. Now, what is vulnerability? Vulnerability, you can say as a weakness, okay, or you can say as a loopholes. Weakness and a loopholes. So, if I say I scare from darkness is my weakness. Okay, I scare from the darkness is my weakness, and my friend are taking advantage of my weakness. Now what they will do to harm? So they will just off all the lights and steal my things. As you can say, they will steal my things, or they will be doing the tantrum and all the things. Okay, so my weakness is I'm scared from the darkness is my weakness, and my friend are taking the advantage of my weakness, and they will do the illegal activities with me. Okay, now as same as attacker, if attacker knows the system is vulnerable, they have some weakness, so what they do, they take the advantage of their weakness and gain the system. Okay, gain the access of that system. Okay, so this is called a vulnerability. Now the payload. Now in our network terms, PC1 are sending the data to PC2. So the PC1 are sending the data PC2 in a packets form. Okay, what is the packets? We will discuss in our this terminology. Okay, in the packet format. Now in the packet format, the PC1 IP address is 192.168.0.1 and PC2 IP address is 192.168.0.2. okay, now this is the source IP address and this is the destination IP address. Now PC1 are sending the data to the PC2 in the packet. They consist, it means they contain some data, such as IP addresses, okay, and your data which you are sending, like some images, videos, Okay, so you are sending some data using the networks through the packets. It's called a payload in the network terms. As an attacker, in the victim system. Okay, so what attacker can do? Attacker create a malicious payload. Now I'm talking about malicious payload. This payload was good. Why good? Because PC1 are sending some data like images and videos. But what is malicious payload? Malicious payloads mean attacker create a, application, as example, games.apk. Now this application is malicious. Okay, they have created this application using some tools, and this application are malicious, and you are sending the games.apk. So this is the data. Attacker are sending the games apk through the network from the victim mobile phone. So the games apk is a data which contain a source IP address, destination IP address, and your data is games.apk. So games.apk is a payload. When attacker are create a payload, they send the games.apk to the victim mobile phone. When they install the games.apk, so attacker gain the access of their mobile phone. So this is the simple example of the payload. Okay, so have any doubt? Okay, I got your message. Okay, now, okay, so here I am, the domain name. Okay, domain name, as you can see, the DNS, which is domain name server. The domain is like your website name, and domain contain the IP address. You can say the IP to domain. It means the facebook.com is a domain, and the Facebook IP address is 192.168.0.8. When you put the facebook.com on the browser, they will be redirected to the Facebook page. But when you put the IP address in the browser, as same as they will be redirected to the Facebook page, because the same IP to domain. Let me show you. For example, I am pinging this. Okay, I'll teach you all the commands of the Linux operating systems, don't worry about that. So I'm pinging the facebook.com. This is the IPv6 ping 4. Here is IPv4 version. Okay, all the things I will be discussed, what is IPv6 and IPv4, so don't worry about that. So when I put facebook.com, okay, or when I put the IP address, okay, see here, this is the facebook.com, and when I put the IP address, they will here, why they are showing the connection is not private. Okay, yes, they are connected with the facebook.com, right, correct. See here, the facebook.com. Okay, they will be redirect me the same page when you are putting the IP address and when you are putting the facebook.com. The both are same. That's why we are called IP to domain. Okay, now the protocols. The network protocols are set of rules governing exchanging of information in an easy and reliable secure way. So if there was a website and website are running some services, okay, just like there are they having the URL which is HTTP and HTTPS. These two, HTTP and HTTPS, are protocols. Okay, these two are network protocols. Now rather than these two, they're having some other protocols also, such as TCP, which is transmission control protocol, UDP, user datacom protocol, FTP, file transfer protocol, SSH, secure shell protocol. We already discussed about the FTP and SSH, because FTP is used for the transfer and delete the file, and SSH is used for the gaining the shell of the system. SMTP is simple mail transfer protocol. When you are sending the email to your friend, so when you send the email to your friend, the service are using which is SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. You are transferring the mail to PC1 to PC2. Okay, so the particular thing, PC1 to PC2, that service they are called a SMTP. And HTTP and HTTPS, you can say as of your URL are using HTTP or HTTPS, and many more. If you can see, there was a 65,535 port in our IT environment. 65,535 ports was available in our IT environment. So all these thing will be show you in practical way. Okay, because how you can use this protocol, how you can know the protocol is working or not. Okay, all these thing you will see in a practical session, so it will be very easy for you to know about the protocol systems and mechanisms. Okay, next one is packets. Okay, now the packet I already show you in my payload. Okay, they are sending the data form of a packets. Now what is packets? PC1 sending a data PC2. Now if PC1 are sending a data 100 GB, so 100 GB is big chunk of data. If packet was not exist, so PC1 are sending the 100 GB directly to the PC2. So it should be a very hard to send a big chunk of data across a network. But using the packets, the data are distributed. It means PC1 are sending a data like 1 GB up to 100 GB. So here are distributing the data in the packet form. They are not directly sending the 100 GB data. When you are sending the data, it should be a fragment all the data in the small packet form to send the data in very fastest way and quick transmission over network links. So this called a packets. Now the casting. What is casting? There was a unicast, multicast, and the broadcast. Now the most important thing is that whenever you are applying for a job in any organization, they will ask you about the networks, they will ask you about the OSI reference model, they will ask you about the packets, the casting, the TCP3 handshake. So that's why don't skip the networking part. Okay, I know this is the boring because everyone was like a practical session, but when you are applying for the interview in any organization, they will ask you the questions about the networking part, so you have to know about the networking things. Okay, so basically I am teaching the 2 to 3 days of the in our networking according to the organization interview questions. Okay, so it will be the beneficial for you. Okay, now what is casting? There was a 3 types of casting: unicast, multicast, and broadcast. Now what is unicast? For example, the one teacher are teaching to 50 students. Now if one teacher are asking a question to one student, it means one teacher and one student is one-to-one communication. In multicast, one teacher, 50 students. if they stand up any 5 student to asking the question, so it is one to many communication. And in the broadcast, one teacher asking a question to all 50 students, it means one to all communication, such as message group, your WhatsApp group, Telegram group, and video conferencing. Okay, this is called a casting. One to one is unicast, one to many is multicast, and one to all is broadcasting. Now firewall is just like a bodyguard, as you can say, as a filter. Okay, and the filter work to your given rule, which is exception and rejection. For example, the bodyguard okay as a firewall, and the club is my PC, and I am the owner. So I am set up the rules for my PC using the bodyguard, using the firewall. So I just say to my firewall, please allow the couples. Okay, not single person, please allow the couples. So there was a one boy, one girl. Okay, so the bodyguard will allow them to enter in pub. Okay, but if there was a one boy and one boy, they also allow them, because I only set the couples. I don't tell them the couples was boy and girl. It should be the boy and boy, it should be the girl and girl. The both are couple, so bodyguard will allow them. But if I told them to more filtration, please allow only one boy and one girl as a couple. Okay, so if one girl and another girl was enter, they don't allow, they just reject it. But when the one boy and one girl is entered, they will allow them and accept it. Okay, so that's how the firewall is working. You will see in more detail, okay, in our further lecture. Now internet is called as a network of networks. They're having a IP address. IP address is called as internet protocols. The two version was available, which is IPv4 and IPv6 version. If I'm talking about the database and web technologies, okay, if someone has created their website and you're storing your information in the databases, is a database. And the web technologies, it means the website are creating with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. They're having a Apache server, the Ruby, the Python, PHP, each and everything was created using the web technologies. Okay, if I'm talking about the system and OS the revolution, it means when the Windows was created, which is the MS-DOS, Windows NT, then Windows 2000, Windows XP, then Windows 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. There was a lots of differences in this operating system, and MS-DOS to Windows 8, the system was vulnerable. Attacker can easily access this system. But Windows 10 is little bit secure, and Windows 11 now fully secured. And recently there was a no vulnerability was discovered in Windows 11 for now. Okay, same as the Linux, but Linux is open source. They don't have the version like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, like Linux 9, Linux 4, Linux 5. They don't have versions, they have a distributions. Okay, Linux is called as a Linux kernel. Basically it's not a operating system, it's a Linux kernel. Now what is kernel? Kernel, as you can say, the heart of computer. They will communicate your software and hardware. Okay, For example, in the software you are running the VLC player to play your video, and the video output through your hardware as a speaker. Okay, so it is a kernel. You are playing the VLC player, you are playing the video, and the video audio was output as a speaker. It is your hardware. This is the kernel, the simple example of kernel. So Linux is a kernel. It is not an operating system, but many people are saying the operating system. Linux having some distributions such as Kali Linux, Parrot OS, then Red Hat. You can say as a Garuda Linux was newly invented, the Mobaxler, Ubuntu. Okay, there was a many Linux distribution was there. Okay, so the end of our session. So if you have any doubts, so you can tell me if any doubt you have. Yes. Okay, I'll share this.